So don't talk about your feelings, part 3.
Yeah, I think so.
Try something different.
Yeah, send a picture.
Take a picture. Good evening, everybody. I am Chuck Rogers, a licensed professional counselor and a licensed marriage and family therapist.
And I'm Keith Dunn, and I'm a network engineer.
And tonight we are going to talk about
don't talk about your feelings.
Part 3. And my wife hates it when I do this. She thinks it's weird. Part 3.
That is weird. I've never done that before. Part 3. Okay, so just look at my side. I might even take Chuck out of the picture.
That's for you, babe. Part 3.
Yeah. Here we go. So anyway, I know you wanted to expand on something that we just talked about in a couple of other videos.
Oh, yeah. The thing about don't talk about your feelings, part 1, part 2. Well,
and this is part 3.
Part 3, don't talk about your feelings.
Well, there are a lot of reasons why you shouldn't talk about your feelings.
Yeah, the last one, the first one was some things just shouldn't be talked about.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
right.
The last one was don't talk about it, but do something else with it if verbal communication is not working well.
Yeah.
Try other methods.
Like email or texting or whatever it may be.
And I recently did put one of those into practice. I try really hard to practice what I preach.
Yeah, that's good.
And, we bought this building and we're redoing it last year. And you know what difficulty we've had with the various roofs over different sections.
It's been a mess.
It really has. And there was one particular section of the building that continued to just leak and leak and leak. And I have had that big plastic thing catching water, probably 40, 50 gallon.
I know, it's terrible.
Time.
Yes.
And Pete Chamberlain, our contractor, has worked tirelessly trying to get somebody to come in and to fix it, and promises to fix it. And one guy says, I can fix it. Told us how much it would cost. We said, yes, please fix it. And he was supposed to show up and never did. And more rain would come in, gallons and gallons and gallons of water. And I'll be there, and just would never show up. And people was on him trying to get it to work. And I thought, well, verbal communication is just not working.
That's true. Time for something different.
Let's try something else.
That's
right. I took video of it and a picture of it and sent it to Pete, our contractor, and said, send this picture to this roofer.
Okay.
And tell him we really need his services.
Yeah.
And we sent that on a Monday. And Monday or Tuesday of that week, and Pete got back to me and says he'll be here Wednesday.
Okay. Well, you've heard that before, so you're wondering,
and then he didn't show Wednesday, but he did show the next day, Thursday.
Oh, okay.
And it was taken care of.
That's good.
Yeah. So weeks and weeks of trying verbal communication didn't work,
Right.
and so I practiced what I've been preaching, and tried a picture and sent it out. And I can't say for sure that picture caused that person to come and fix our roof. But what I can say is that the evidence is that 4 days later the roof was fixed.
Yeah, that's good. And that adds on to what we were talking about, because I hadn't even thought about sending a picture.
Yeah.
I mean, that creates some type of a visual on top of the words. And they say a word is worth a picture's worth 1,000 words. Yeah, so that's really great.
It really was. So with I can't say for sure, but all I know is that I sent it, and 3 to 4 days later, the roof is fixed. The problem's gone.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
So send a picture. Yeah, do that.
Yeah, if you've been talking yourself to death, try something
different. Anything different. Yeah. That's right. Tip a domino.
Yeah. So there you go. If you liked our content, please go ahead and subscribe to our channel. And what else?
And ding that bell. Ding that bell so you're notified of any upcoming episodes that we put out.
Make sure to like it too.
Yep. Share it with your friends.
Thanks, everyone.
Until next time.
I forgot to tell you about a story.
Oh,
because you know we went through all this building stuff this last year and having to secure finances and everything. And I forgot to tell you one piece. I went into one of the local branches down here of BB&T, who's now merged, and it's now Truist. And when I went in there, I was kind of watching, and a frog came in and walked up to one of the tellers.
Oh, okay.
And the frog says to the teller, "I would like to secure a loan."
Okay.
And she says, "I'm sorry, you'll need to see the loan officer here, whose name is Patricia Whack." And so the frog goes over and tells Mrs. Whack, "I would like to get a loan." And she said, "Well, do you have any collateral?" And he says, "Well, I have this little plastic figurine."
Okay.
And she said, "Is there any other reason that I should give you a loan other than this trinket?" And he said, "Well, my father is Mick Jagger."
Okay.
She says, "Hold on, please." So she gets up and she goes to Joel Riley, my friend, who I was going to meet with to talk about this loan. Joel's a great guy.
Yeah.
And Mrs. Patricia Whack says to Joel, "There's a frog over here that wants a loan, and he says that only thing he's got is this little plastic trinket for collateral, and says his father is Mick Jagger."
Oh, okay.
And Joel says to Mrs. Whack, he says, "It's a knick-knack, Patty Whack. Give the frog a loan. His old man's a Rolling Stone."
Okay, there's Chuck joke number 2. This has happened. That's great. If you didn't see the last Chuck joke, it was really good. It had to do with hanging meat. So I'll put the link up here. You'll have to go see that one.
Yeah, there we go.
We're going to compile a bunch of them so that
because they're so good.
Yeah, they're so good. We're going to have just an entire series just wrapped around Chuck jokes.